Is that the exercise of this, to rethink all of my choices? Man, my biggest regret has been doing this video, I think. I don't... Hello, how are you all? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Peyton. It is Valentine's Day, love day. I had a thought, it's like, what better way to make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside than to read horrible reviews about books I love. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be reading 1-star reviews of my favorite books. Now, when I give a book a 1 star, it is, to me, hot freaking garbage. Don't even want to use it as toilet paper. If that was the last resource I had, I would fart on it and then yeet it into a black hole. That's how much disdain I have for a book that I rate 1 star. So I'm so nervous. Goodreads is like the Wild West of reviews. Like, I love going on Goodreads and reading reviews of books I like or haven't heard of, and every now and then someone I follow or a friend of mine will rate a book I love horribly, and I like die inside. So I feel like this is going to make me sad. I feel like this is going to make me upset. All that being said, I obviously know reading is subjective. We can't all like and love the same things. But I wish y'all liked some of these more, because I'm nervous. Let's see, what should we start with? Oh, let's start with Eileen by Atesha Moshfegh, shall we? Let me scoot over. Okay, let's see. Oh no. I must have read a different book than everyone else because everyone else loved this book. I was so bored, and reading this book felt like a punishment. I've read Eileen twice. I love that damn book. I want to read it again, actually. I recommend that book to a lot of people. I'm a big Atesha Moshfegh fan. Read this only if you want to be disgusted and horrified. Yeah, I will say I gravitate more towards books that are horrifying and disgusting, so yeah. What the fruck was that? This straight up sucked. First half, so boring. Second half, so tasteless. Ew, yuck, boo. Oh my god. Ew, 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 ew. A ridiculous, pointless, unexpected end that didn't deliver on the action it had seemed to promise all the way through. Every single person in this book was horrible. It was like reading about everyone you've ever disliked in your life, all glommed together in one novel. If you are stranded on a desert island with this book, I recommend you somehow carve yourself a pin out of a coconut and write your own story on the space between the lines of text. Okay. Ouch. Like that one. Alright, let's move on. How about... I'm thinking about what's on my favorite shelf in there. Oh, would everyone like to say hi to the fern that I'm somewhat keeping alive, reviving? A friend gave it to me because her cats were attacking it and it was like pathetic. So I think it's not as like pathetic as it was. Still not great, but it's getting there. How about Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel? I love this book. I read it in one sitting, and I read it very early on in lockdown, which was a choice, to be sure. To survive is painful, so I was trying to get through this book. I wish I had embarked on the same journey as those readers, but it was like slow torture instead. Boring beyond belief, and with a cast of unlikable characters and a plot that was all over the place. If you start this book and don't enjoy it immediately, I would move on. It doesn't get any better. DNF'd halfway through. I kept waiting for someone to come alive or something to matter, but nothing ever happened. I love post-apocalyptic, and I think so much happens in this book. And it's not a long book, and I think a lot of stuff happens, and it's like very like subtly, quietly beautiful, if that makes sense. I don't know. This book went right over my head. The only thing I could think of is where I'd go in a post-apocalyptic world, and how I need to be better at gardening in case that happens. I mean, yeah, same. I need a skill. in the post-apocalyptic world. I knit. I can sew. I might be okay. Ugh. Another literary hipster commentary on the value of art and expression set in dystopian future, struggling to regurgitate half an idea within a cheesecloth thin plot. Paula. I couldn't finish reading it. I tried, but no, I can't. I hate everything about it. It's so boring, among other things. What are the other things? I want to know. I was mega disappointed in this book. I was really looking forward to it. Maybe it's a reading slump. Maybe it was the moon. Maybe it was this book. Maybe this was real blah to me. Bored me to tears with this one. You know, it might be the moon, Jenna. This is gonna make me upset, I feel like. Alright, this one, I'm worried about this one. Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. Oh no. I rarely leave book reviews, but this book was awful. Incredibly slow and anticlimactic. I actually regret the time I spent reading this. I would choose Dysentery over this book.
If you could do something dangerous just for once with no risk, what would you do?
Die.
Erase this from my brain. Oh man, I wanted like 10 of this. Give me 10, please. I love it. Again, give me 10 more of them. Ironic title because I can think of many things I'd prefer to do tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, and none of them would struggle through this nonsense. Sadie Green has got to be the most annoying character I've ever read in years. This book really helps to convince a person that gamers don't deserve rights. Shots fired. Damn. Depressing. Going to Walt Disney World right now to feel happiness again. I mean, I cried. I cried in this book. There's parts of it that are incredibly sad. Anyway. Do I want to keep doing this? This was my idea for a video. I don't know why I'm like regretting this now. I signed myself up for this. What should I do? Oh, let's talk. I think I already know like how bad this is gonna be. Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. This needn't have been written. I loved how unhinged and f***ed up that book was. I don't recommend that book lightly because it is very, very hard to read and very hard to get through. But I really liked it, so. With all due respect, what the f***? No. So disturbed. Disturbing. It's a no for me, dog. I wish I didn't know how to read. The points are valid, but why does Murata need to be so icky about them? What an unhinged, diabolical, perverted, and joyless read. Is this bad? I mean, I like a lot of books that I know people don't like, so I'm not trying to take this too personally, but it is. Yeah. I'm like, oh, what does that say about me? Alright, let's switch things up. How about, let's do Funny Story by Emily Henry. Oh, okay. The MC spends the entire book complaining about how she built her life around her ex-fiance and then proceeds to build her entire life around another man. I mean, that's, you know, every now and then there's these lower rated reviews about books I love that I'm just like, you know, fair. I can't disagree with you on that. And I'm not mad about it. And I need to move on. I had more fun reading other 1 and 2 star reviews. Don't you love it when the only personality trait the MCs have is that they got dumped? Emily Henry definitely has a live, laugh, love sign in her mansion. If you create a drinking game out of every time she mentions a man smelling like ginger, your liver would leap out of your throat. I think I noticed that in Happy Place. Within the first like 50 pages, there's so much commentary on how the guy smells. What's his name? It starts with a W. What's his name? Now I'm like, what is his name? Wynn. Yeah, there's so much about Wynn smelling like pine trees or something. Like, I think at this point, Emily Henry just needs to create like a candle line or something. Oh my god, can you imagine? The 1 star is only for the title because it's sarcastic and I like sarcasm. How about Big Swiss by Jen Bagan? That was one of my favorites from 2 years ago. A big Swiss appointment for me. I love that. The only reason I finished this was because my power went out. This was boring as hell, and I hated Greta with everything in me. Such a shame, too. I was really excited about this one. Oh, I'm bummed you didn't like it either, Jenna. Because I really loved it. I'm going down with the ship. Alright, let's... Don't know. Normal People by Sally Rooney. I'm a Rooney stan. I will not stand for any bad talk about that woman or her writing. I eat it up. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I have since her first book I read, which was Normal People. As a girly who hates miscommunication, this book was not made for me. It's about miscommunications. We miscommunicate as people. And it's about those shared moments of just subtle love and joy and beauty and how flawed we are in our communication and in our pursuit of finding love and connection. Like, please let me know when something happens. Bon voyage to the trash. No! This book taught me a very important lesson. When my brain tells me to DNF a book midway, I should f***ing listen. Easily one of the worst books I've ever read. No. I didn't even pay for this book, and I feel like I should be entitled to some kind of compensation because of how bad it was. I'll give you money. I'll give you money to change your review. Oh, look, another bunch of self-absorbed idiots who never taught to communicate. Don't talk about Marianne and Connell like that. They're beautiful, broken people. Okay. Oh, am I getting angry about this? Am I getting mad about this? Maybe I'm getting irrationally angry about this. Like, I don't even know these people. I'm just sad. This is a great place to this video is brought to you by, but I don't have that yet. Alright, let's... The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. It took Tartt 11 years to write this. I abandoned it after 11%, which I feel was fair. I'm marking it as read as the immense amount of patience I have put into reading this was the most boring prose I've ever encountered in some time. Made me feel as if I've read several novels in that 11% page span. I've read this twice. No, 3 times. I've read The Goldfinch 3 times. I think it's anything but boring. I am so in love with that book. The satisfaction I get from giving this book a 1 star is unparalleled. Allie, reading this book might be my biggest regret. I should have just DNF'd it. Man, my biggest regret has been doing this video, I think. Because I'm just sad. This was kind of long, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. The thing that stuck out to me is reading this book was like being cornered at a party by a manic, ranting windbag in love with their own voice, who took forever to get to the point, kept getting distracted on tangents, and then finally at the end just kind of wandered off away muttering to theirself. So, I liked it, then I wanted to end. Then it wouldn't end. Then it really wouldn't end. Then I thought it was about to. Almost there. Maybe even happily. Nope, not ending. Should I quit? No. You've wasted this much time with this character that you now loathe and wish his plans would have gone through in that hotel room. Are we done? No. Oh, now you want to spend the last part of this book educating me on how to live a good life with your shit person of a character. Cool, I hate you, book. You have added 0 to my life. Do not let this book fool you into reading it.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
Okay, how about we do a classic? Let's do one of my favorite classics, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I hated this boring-ass, pompous-ass, dumb-ass book. What I liked, the gorgeous cover. That's it. Everything else sucked. This whole book is just descriptions of flowers in a house. The main character doesn't even get a name in the book. She's so transparent that she doesn't even get named. I could have loved it because there's beautiful moments, slow, peaceful moments that I love in classics, but I can't. She's horrible and she ruins the party. I have to say, I can't remember the last time I disliked a book so much. This book got really good reviews on Amazon and I was excited to read it. Aside from the heroine being an unrealistically pathetic dunce, the most frustrating part of this book was the predictability. Again and again, the foreshadowing was so obvious, it ruined the story. It's a trashy novel with no trash. What does that mean? Oh, alright, hold on. Ooh. Let's do Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Because that's what I'm actually curious about, because that's my favorite Stephen King, one of his best novels. I'm interested, but I'm nervous about this one. I want Louis Creed to kill me and bury me in Pet Sematary so I can come back from the dead and sink my demon teeth into his shoulder. Well, this book sucks. All the reaction in the last dozen chapters. And it's not even scary. What do you mean it's not scary? What do you mean it's not scary? The most horrifying part of this book is that they bought a house with an unfenced yard facing onto the highway. If you have 2 young children and an outdoor cat, you'd think a fenced yard would be necessary when house hunting. That one's fair. I will give that to you, Alan. That is a very, very good review. Hi, I'm 12 and I read this a few days ago. I've always known Stephen King for the book It, which has a movie, and my cousin's son and I, both 11 at the time, watched 3 minutes of it. We couldn't sleep because we were scared to death. So I thought this book would be really scary. My big brother had it for 6 years and never read it. It wasn't scary at all. I just kept reading and reading. It can't scare me, a 12-year-old girl who's afraid of butterflies. It can't scare you either. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. I don't believe you. Well written, but not scary. Maybe a Stephen King novel for kids? 1 star for scare factor and plot. It's not for kids. I mean, obviously, that 12-year-old didn't even like it. Alright, I don't know. What should we do next, y'all? Alright, how about we do another horror? How about A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson? Interview with a Vampire for Fairy Loot subscribers. That's mean. That's mean. Never been a fan of the whole vampire with a conscience trope, so maybe my rating is a little harsher than strictly necessary. But this 300-page breakup letter was pretty much just a travel itinerary with a little vanilla sex and a lot of arched eyebrows thrown in for, I guess, flavor. I remember that book being fairly spicy, so maybe I knew. It's been a minute since I've read it. This was supposed to be a cool and sexy vampire story. What does our main character do with all her vampire badass power? The equivalent of going through your boyfriend's phone. This was 20% vampire, mostly dating a guy who's a jerk. Dracula is an asshole. He's a jerk. So yeah, I'm glad. I forgot the main character's name. But I'm glad. She got to tell her side of the story. Did we read the same book? Oh man. Yikes. A used and thrown away teabag could have written a better book. Ouch. Gaslight gatekeep girl boss. Can I get that as a bumper sticker, please? Alright, let's do one more classic, and I think I'm done with this. Let's do one of my favorites, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Jesus Christ, just have sex. Don't do them dirty. I can't believe my professor read this 25 times. I'm dead inside. 25 times. I don't think I've ever read any book 25 times. Like three, I think is the highest I've reread 25 times. Okay, yeah. I don't think I could read. What? I'm dead inside. P to the double OP. That's the sound for this review. That's just like a part. DNF'd at page 1. I can take extreme horror, but this is too much. This did not provide what the classic literature girlies have promised that it does. I came hungry and left starved and dehydrated. No! Like the yearning in the... Maybe it translates better to film. I don't know. I love that story. All this is fair. Alright, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Oh, man. Okay, well, that was fun. Am I glad I did that? Maybe. Huh. I'm like rethinking like all my favorites now. Is that the exercise of this, to rethink all of my choices? Anyway, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you all are thriving and loving and taking care of yourselves and doing exactly what you want to do and getting exactly what you want. I hope you are reading great books and not books you would give a 1 star to. So, all that being said, thank you so much for clicking. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll have a new video for you soon. Bye!